right, welcome to day 2 of the Awaken Your Spiritual Gifts challenge. Why have I called this a challenge? Well, programs are, we talk about programs all the time, and programs sometimes feel like they can be a little bit hard, but challenges sound fun. And as human beings, we all want a challenge. So, hey, Michelle, how are you? Hello. Oh my God. Okay, you can only say temporary. Okay, so glad you're here, Sarah. So glad you're here. Can you guys hear me okay? 2 screens, mic. Okay, so I hope you've got your coffee. I hope you have got your workbook if you were doing it through your workbook, or maybe you've got me up on your phone and you're doing this through your diary. Whatever you're doing is correct for you. And what I love about these types of challenges, this contribution that I'm desiring to bring to you guys and many more who come on the replay later on, is the sense of community. And in my latest podcast on Awaken with Victoria Bond, that's the podcast as well, everything is under the Awaken brand. I talk a lot about 2023 being a community, being in communion. And what we do is see is that everybody has their own blueprint. Everybody has their own superpower, their own gift, their own psychic awareness. Every single body is just as powerful as the person next door. Howdy. Oh, you may need to leave it too. Okay, cool. Thank you, Linda. So good to be here. And I just want to shout you out, Linda, for commenting on the Awaken community. She said, eliminate to illuminate, boom. And what I want to shout you out about is I love this community energy of contributing. Okay, we want to contribute to each other in each other's community. So please feel free to come into the Awaken community with Victoria Bond if there's something profound that you want to share. Don't go sharing other people's pages, because it's not really an integrity of what we're trying to create. But I will be giving you opportunities to share your own page and your own genius, and sharing things like Linda did today. Luke and I just had a giggle because we're like, Linda Land comes up with Linda things, and it's amazing to share. So thank you for sharing. And thank you for sharing these live streams. Thank you for sharing this group. Thank you for taking photos of your workbook and screenshots of me doing this, tagging me in. I have actually got a piece of paper over there with all your names in. So every time I see you sharing it, I'm writing your name down again and again and again and again. And some people have got like 3 or 4 chances to win a 30-minute call with me, which I'll be drawing on day 10. Day 10 will be a Zoom link, which I haven't created yet, but you will have the opportunity to come to a Q&A with me and to actually get hot seat coaching as well. And of course, it's pretty next level being able to do that. So day 1, we really talked about the energy of fear, the higher expression of fear, and how we can utilize that. You can go look at your human design and see if you've got a defined spleen. And if you do, that means that you legit are going to feel fear, right? It's just a part of your reality. It's a part of my reality. And I just don't let it overconsume me. We had a lot of transformation in yesterday's challenge, where people were actually shifting their perspectives on what fear is and how it can be a contribution. So that's why I love going through this process with the workbook. I have to keep showing it because I'm like, with the workbook, mine is legit a workbook, because we are able to actually see where we were limiting ourselves, okay? Where we were functioning from mistaken beliefs. This is a healing process as much as it is an awakening of your spiritual gifts. Today, we are focusing on gratitude. So there's going to be a little bit of a transmission when it comes to tapping into true gratitude, not just like, oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks. It's more like, thank you, right? And some of us have to peel back some layers before we can feel, really deeply feel gratitude and receiving without expectations, without projections, without feeling like we have to give to receive. Okay, so I'm going to go through this with you today. So if you are jumping on, make sure you say hello. If you are in replay, make sure that you hashtag replay. So my team and I are going through everybody. Very exciting. Oh, hey, Jenny. Heartfelt is key. Heartfelt is everything. Hi, Amy, Lisa, Teal. Ah, love, 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 love. I am so grateful for you guys being here. To prepare for today's session, I've had a busy day. I went for a run this morning and I've had a one-to-one session. Tonight I've got my Magnificence membership, which we have weekly calls. It's like a psychic mediumship membership. Let me know. DM me if you want to know more about that. And I have this call as well, which I see this as something that is very sacred. Coming together with you. I'm so grateful that you have come along to co-create this with me. I see this as something beautiful. So I wanted to honor it. So to prepare, I went to bed. To prepare, I was like, how can I be my most best authentic self and be in my integrity and show up as me? So I went to bed and I listened to one of my own meditations, and it is all about receiving, and it was full of light language. And I also listened to another one from one of my projector mentors that I adore. I've done his program before. So if you want access to this I can't believe I'm doing this. This is what I do. I start giving things away because I love it. If you want access to my receiving activation that is full of light language, please put a red heart in the comments, okay? A red heart, and I'm going to write this down so my assistants can help out. So a red heart for a receiving activation. This is a very powerful, this is me being grateful for you coming. So I'm wanting to give to you with no expectations, with no projections, with no anything. Like, this is just me giving to you. Heart, 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 heart. Yay. So I'm going to be sending this to you guys. I will personally, or my assistant will, and it's very powerful. It grounded me. It activated me. It opened my heart. And I was like, thank you, God. Because before that, I was feeling like a little bit tight in the chest. You know, when you have that feeling of, oh, I've got so much fucking stuff to do. How am I going to get it all done? I've got to go live 4 times and I've got to do some TikToks. I was like, no, this isn't how I'm creating this year. I'm creating from joy, love, expansion, heart-led, like Sarah said, and very much in being my most authentic self that I possibly can be at any given moment. So I'm going to gift you what I gave myself today, which is my own meditation, which is from one of my very high-level masterminds. Okay, so heart, 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 yay! Oh, currently in VTNZ renewing my eyesight. Love it. I love how you've still showed up today. How do we get into the attitude of gratitude? Okay, how do we do that? I would love to know, anyone who wants to contribute, pop it in the chat box. How can we get into the attitude of gratitude? What? Oh, hang on. My little brother just came up in my feed. How do we get into the attitude of gratitude? What is the thing that turns you on, right, and brings you into an energy of gratitude? Pop it in the chat box. Let me have a sip of my drink. Okay, my little 21-year-old brother keeps sending photos of himself, and it keeps popping up on my other screen, which is hilarious. And what? Celebrating. Yes. Okay. The thing, celebrating is great, especially if you're a manager and you've got a sacral, because you start moving and you start getting into this gratitude, right? How do we celebrate, right? We've got to be in this energy of gratitude to celebrate, or maybe we celebrate first and the gratitude comes. For me, it was going to bed and listening to a meditation and going, thank you, light beings, for coming through me like that. And thank you, happiness. Yes, but what creates happiness, right? So when we dig deeper, what are these little nuances? What are these parts of us that bring up the sparkle? I'm going to tell you something that I'm really fucking grateful for today, right? And I want to hear what you guys are grateful for today, whether it's big or whether it's small. My one small thing that I'm grateful for is the fact that I listen to my own meditation and then I'm able to gift that on. Like, really grateful that I'm able to do that, because it's already done. It was already created ages ago. And here I am being able to gift. Wow. Easy, beautiful, very dynamic, life-changing. Very grateful for that. The other thing I'm really grateful for today is I was gifted something. I was gifted something from my coach, and it's like 2 weeks of coaching with her for free. And I cried. And I'm not a crier, but I cried. And I looked at Luke and his eyes were welling up and I was like, oh, I'm being recognized, right? Oh my goodness. How amazing. I nearly went into the energy of, I never get anything for free. Wow. I'm not a person that gets lucky. I create my luck. And I went, no, 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 no. I am a person who receives. So therefore people want to gift to me and I'm available to receive it. I am so grateful for receiving this. And I felt it in the core of my soul that my coach is gifting me 2 weeks of coaching, and I'm gifting somebody a 30-minute free session, which is worth like $1,000. So I thought, well, what comes around goes around. But the beauty about it is I wasn't expecting anything, right? The little voice in my head that came and go, wow, this never happens to me. And I was like, hey, shush, it does happen to you because this is who you are now. So I'm super, super grateful for being recognized, for being able to gift today and being able to receive. Okay, let me have a look. Delete the art of complaining from your ego. Yes, exactly. Joe Dispenza talks about this. Like, how do we desire to show up? How do we feel? And an attitude of gratitude is legit everything. Awareness and presence. Yes, that it definitely brings gratitude, doesn't it? Because we have to stop. And that's what I did when I went and meditated. Gave myself 20 minutes of pure meditation and receiving. And it was beautiful, taking a moment to clear everything and feel into the expansiveness. Yes, my early morning bars and coffee made at dawn. Yeah, that's a big gratitude, isn't it? So beautiful to do like a healing swap. I'm so grateful for you and waking up healthy. Oh, I'm so grateful for you, Amy. I love you so much. Yes, health. You know, how often do we take that for granted? Grateful for the weather not being so bad today. I'm not going to lie. I had a bitch and moan about the weather this morning. I went to run and I said, I'm over the weather. And then I was like, interesting. But I'm so grateful. So we can do a counteract out statement. Okay. So rather than repressing, we can go, but I'm so grateful it's not really raining hard on my head right now. And I'm so grateful it's not raining so people aren't currently being flooded. I'm so grateful that it's not raining as hard as it was. So we can actually change things around. So I love that, Alice. Without getting wet. Managed to get your work done without getting wet. It's beautiful. I'm grateful for all and for my key. Hang on, my brother keeps messaging me. I think he cut his hair off. Okay. My guides gave me yesterday, this morning, unlocked. Oh, for the key. Yes. And I love having you in magnificence. Wow. Okay. It's in the words for forgiveness, forgiveness. Wow. It's in the words. Did you guys know that? Wow. Okay. Gratitude for all the tools and assistance from my tribe, my changing life to live the fullest, for changing life to the fullest. Yeah. Grateful for you all. When we start feeling it, the attitude of the gratitude is actually addictive, right? We start energetically becoming this energy that we call it like a congruent energy, right? When we hang out with people that are bitching and moaning about shit, like, excuse my language, but like the weather and going on and on, we have an opportunity then to expand beyond that and bring in some light and go, wow, let's counteract this out, or to feed into it. Okay. So super, super interesting. Grateful for growth and always learning. Yeah. So, so beautiful. So one of the things I wanted to do in this challenge is have the workbook where we have exercises. And I explained this yesterday. And if you haven't done yesterday, like, don't worry, you can go back and do it. Things are in order, but you can do them separately too, and they still will have a big effect. But when we speak out things, write it down like you guys are doing, changing the point of view, shifting the perspective. Yes. When we do this and when we write things down, when we, sit with it, when we kind of marinate in a thought and Eckhart Tolle was listening to Stillness Speaks, and he said, you might want to sit with this for a minute. Contemplate, not overanalyze, not think about it too much, but contemplate, sitting in the energy of what gratitude really means to you and how it feels for you. Okay. It starts off with the small things. Okay. So I'm going to do a real mini little activation here, and then we're going to get into the workbook, because I really desire for you guys, and some of you already know me really well and you've been in my vortex for years, but for those of you that are new, I want you to really understand the concept of expansion and grounding, and really coming into an idea of a pleasure practice. So I'm going to do a little bit of energy work here. It's going to be fun. And then we're going to get into the workbook, because we are in an extremely fast-paced world. I'm grateful for all the knowledge that YouTube gives me, that TikTok is giving me. If you haven't checked out my TikTok, Victoria Bond Mediumship, it is fun. We've just hit, I don't know, thousands and thousands of followers. It's so much fun. I can't wait to do a live later. I'm so grateful for the opportunities of my computer, so I can connect with you, right? I'm not going to say fuck technology, no way in hell. I'm so grateful for all of this. And it's really important, though, to understand that everything has an essence. Everything has an expression. There's no right or wrong or good or bad, but there is different frequencies and vibrations. And I'm choosing to be in the highest of all of them if possible, which means I have to consciously be aware of what is happening around me and when to unplug from the overstimulation, from the overwhelm, from the empathic stuff, right? From the mind chatter. We have to be able to come into a space of clarity by cleansing out the aura, being grateful for ourselves, like you guys were mentioning, presence, right? Coming inward and sitting and contemplating, even when it is not comfortable. We talk about joy, happiness. Great. I love it. But there's also shadow, and the shadow is just as important. And it's usually the crunchy, uncomfortable feelings that we feel, that we contemplate, that we be with, that we allow, that we're willing to hold and witness, that will actually bring us to those next levels of expansion. So if at any time when light language is coming through, because I feel like it's going to come through today, we'll see. Anytime that I'm inviting you to do anything in an energy sense, or even being here and hearing me, if you're feeling a bit triggered, I don't know if I should take this time out for myself, said a client yesterday when we did the breath work for the Magnificence membership. And the truth is, it's exactly what we need to be doing if we're feeling the resistance. Now, on the other side of that, this may be completely not aligned for you, and you might be like, yeah, nah, this is just not for me. Don't want it. Sweet as, you don't have to be here, right? But if you're feeling, I need to be here, I'm intrigued, but I'm a little bit triggered, that just means that my magic is working for you. Okay, bye, Sarah. We'll see you later. Okay. So here we go. I'm just going to record this little bit here, because you never know what magic I can create. Basically, we get to rinse and repeat, just like the beautiful meditation that I'm gifting to you. For those of you who are jumping on, if you want this meditation, put it in a red heart in the chat box. Okay, so I know who to give it to you. Yes, and I invite you now to find a space that is comfortable. Simply close your eyes if you desire, or just relax into wherever you are, because we're going to do a little bit of light language. We're going to do a little bit of bringing forward the energy of gratitude. And although this will only be a few minutes long, this will be very powerful. It will be powerful because you are choosing to receive, and you are able to receive exactly the right amount that you are calling in right now. The capacity that you can hold is completely up to you. Sometimes if we ask for it all, we get it all. That is not discriminating between the good or the bad, the wrong or the right, but sometimes the crumble, the uncomfortableness, the resistance will show up. But we can be strong and we can really, really allow ourselves to come into this felt sense of heart, of love, of willingness to be open, willingness to be grateful for all that we have, all that we have been through, and all that is to come. So, if you have not done so yet, I invite you to relax down into your seat as we call in the guides, the spirit teams, the light beings, the ancestors, and all the beautiful healers that are here on the earth in spirit and also with human bodies, all of the animals that are here to guide us, and even the conscious collective of the trees and the children. As we drop our barriers now, drop them down, drop them down, drop them down, drop them down, drop them down. Drop down your barriers now and know that you are safe, guided, loved, and protected as your guides, angels, guardians surround you with pure love and gratitude for holding the space for you today. You are worthy of all that you desire. You are worthy of opening your heart and receiving love, receiving all the beautiful abundance of the highest frequencies in this world and beyond. You are a powerful being and a magnificent human. Your soul has called you to be where you are, to be around who you are around, and to go forward in a way that you are choosing. You are an all-knowing being. You are magnificent. You are love. And you are here on purpose. Dropping those barriers down, 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 and focusing on your breath as you relax deeper and deeper, further and further. And now coming into your heart space and feeling the warmth around your heart center. And your next inhale, breathing in a beautiful light, like a sparkly light, breathing into your heart center. And as you breathe out, visualize that light going all the way through your entire body, lighting up your human, lighting it up, lighting it up, lighting it up, lighting it up. And now on your next exhale, bursting that beautiful warmth and light through your body into your aura, cleaning and clearing and activating anything within your vortex now. Beautiful. Okay. Feeling the roots coming from your feet into the earth. Feeling grounded. Focusing on your breath, hearing these words and being willing to receive whatever you require in this activation today. Bringing through the light beings now. Kira ma ke bibi karo ya tu ke bibi kara baba kara bibi kara ma hari tu ke bibi kara ma pa ri baba kara bibi kara ma pa kara bibi kara bara tu bibi kara ba kama pa baba kara tu bibi kara ba kama pa kara bibi kara baba kara ma tu bibi kara baba kara ma ya tu kuma bibi kara baba kara bibi kara hani ko tu ke bibi kara ma bibi kara baba kara ma bibi kara baba tu ene ko bibi kara baba ri bibi kara ma bibi kara ba aru tu bibi ma go bibi ka go Ati be mo gaba ia bung e be ki bi hiu ni ka ti bo bi ka o ra ba ke be ho ma bi ra ba ke bo ba ma tu ba ati me bi ka he on ke bi bi ba ri mo ba ya. So there's a lot of beings coming through today. Many of you that are here listening to this collective meditation have got a beautiful purpose to bring the light language, to bring these threads of consciousness to planet Earth. You do not need to understand what the beings are saying, but this is a felt sense that goes within the cells and really shifts any of the molecules around and activating you on a DNA level. I invite you just to relax, to receive. Another influx of light language is going to come in a moment. Now, you're allowed to laugh, you're allowed to cry, you're allowed to feel, you're allowed to do and be whatever is required now. We're going to work directly on the heart center now. So bringing in the Mary Collective as well, okay? So just working on your heart, okay? Kenang papa hera papa kira ne maria to be pick up mo pekea ko pati bo to pick a break mo pekar bi huana to keep it mo pekar be pick mo pekar mahani mo kira ete mo kaparia mo petia popare pekar me pokar ba kya. Just noticing how you feel now within your heart space. Just noticing how your body feels. Just noticing the space that you've created to receive today as you expand your energy and drop all your barriers. I invite you to bring yourself slowly back fully into your body, bringing the attention to behind your eyes. Maybe moving your fingers, your toes, or giving your neck a stretch. Breathing in deeply, right into your belly. Maybe breathing out with a bit of a sigh to release through your mouth. And when you are ready, opening your eyes and bringing yourself back into the room. Okay. Wow. Oh, I can't wait to do that later. Thank you for bringing that into this vortex, all of you. Okay, all of you. Let me adjust my dress. So making sure you're back. Maybe, I don't know if you're on your phone, maybe have a little bit of a walk around, go outside. How do you feel? Bring yourself back in slowly, fully back, but still expanded. Okay. How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel? And if this is your first time experiencing light language, please let me know in the comments. The first time is kind of like, what? And I know that I've shared this with many friends of mine and they have just gone into hysterics laughing. And then they've been activated and spoken it back to me. And it's quite funny. Tingles all over. How are you feeling? And if you're on the replay, how are you feeling? Let us know. Ah, so beautiful. And the great thing is this is on replay, so you can go back and do it as much as you want to. Okay. So attitude of gratitude, make sure you got your pen, make sure you got your paper. Now, if you want to zone me out and just write down your experience from that meditation, go for it. You will notice that there is space in this workbook. If you have the workbook to write down anything, and we've done it on Cherry popped. Is that your first experience of light language? How do you feel, Rachel? I know it's like, whoa, what is this? It's very intense. And I'm a projector. So of course I'm very penetrative, a penetrating aura. And then of course the beings come in. So it's like an infusion of like, of a whole lot of amazingness. Okay. So gratitude journals. Seriously, I have always had them, never really used them, right? So I'm like, oh, I just have to journal when there's a lot of stuff to write down. I'm like, no, actually, this year I'm buying a gratitude journal. So I did. Where is it? I think it's over there. I bought such an amazing one. I might put a photo up of it later. It's a New Zealand lady, I think, who does it. Fantastic. Now, I haven't done it for like a week. I need to get back onto it. But just simply every day, writing what you're grateful for brings you to the smaller things, which brings you back into presence, right? I'm so grateful that I have signed up a client today. I'm so grateful I was able to start my challenge, or I was so grateful that I did a TikTok, or I'm so grateful that I spent a day hanging out with my kids, or whatever it is. We get to review and reflect on the day, morning and night. It's actually a no-brainer. I really need to get back onto that. Highly recommend a gratitude journal. It is not just some woo-woo weird thing that takes up time. It's legit life-changing. If you wake up in the morning and you're like got the to-do list, I think I may have spoken about this in day one as well. You've got the to-do list and then we snowball, right? But what if we jumped into a vortex of gratitude? What if we woke up and we did not get out of bed until we were in the attitude of gratitude? I have done this for the last couple of years as I've expanded my business and my reach and my capacity to hold clients and do stuff, free stuff like this, free events. I have been like, I'm not getting out of bed until I'm grateful. So I lie there in bed and I count my blessings, if you will, right? A figure of speech. I will sit there and go, I am so grateful for my children. I'm so grateful that I got some sleep, because back in the day, 7 years ago, I wasn't sleeping much, right? In fact, I was in a really dark space and I didn't seem to be able to get out of the space. This is before I first launched my first program, Release Your Blocks. It took me a lot to get out of the dark hole. I didn't even see the light. But once I realized that if I infuse gratitude in, which is not an easy task, sounds easy, not so easy, right? When I learned to #receive, I was able to access gratitude to a next level. And a lot of successful people are practicing gratitude to the next level. They're not looking for the problems. What they're doing is focusing on what they have, feeling grateful for it, and then inviting in more. Sounds simple, right? But I don't care if you've got billions of dollars, right? I don't care if you've got the most amazing relationship in the world. It's something that we have to continuously look into, is the gratitude. That's why the gratitude diary is so good. So keeping a gratitude journal and writing 3 things down that you're grateful for each day, or like I said, in my journal, it's AM and PM. And then on the weekend, it's a little bit of a scribble, right? And then I've got other journals for deep diving and stuff like that. Saying a gratitude prayer before meals, that really helps. I grew up doing a grace, thank you, dear Lord, for the food we're about to receive. We are truly grateful. Amen. I used to say that. I used to love it. I felt grateful for the peas and the carrots and the meat and the spuds. We had a 3 meats and veg family. I felt the gratitude for sitting around the table with my family. And to this day, we always have dinner at the table. We just had lunch sitting there. We all come to the table. That's our tradition. That's what we like to do. Like, you might be fine in sitting in front of the TV. That's totally fine. But for me, it's that ritual of gratitude. So ceremony and ritual, cacao ceremonies, right? Rituals of dancing and celebrating and pleasure practices, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about. But I do go deeper in my membership about pleasure practice. I'm just about to release a video about that. Also, I talk about it in my podcast. So there's stuff everywhere, right? Sending gratitude to people in your life. I'm like, I'm so grateful for my daughter. She's such a sweetheart. What do you think's going to happen when I'm thinking that? It's going to flow her energy. She's going to grab it and feel it. My children don't miss me because I'm always thinking how grateful I am for them. I don't miss them because I'm always flowing energy to them. So therefore, I'm always with them, right? Yes, they are here with me, but they're not right here in my little batch. They're next door, right? They don't miss me when I'm in an attitude of gratitude. Energetics, right? Reflecting on your day and identifying things that you are grateful for before you go to bed. That is like a really simple exercise. We've put it down. There's a little part here you can write on if you want to. How does this feel for you? Do you do any of these? Put it in the chat box. What do you do? I've been working on gratitude journaling. That's great. And there's different ways we can do this as well. I've actually got a video that my friend did for one of my groups one day. And it was about gratitude journaling. And what I love to do is I've done this forever as well, though. I start writing, I'm so grateful for my car and my family and this and my mum because of this and my dad because of this. And I'm writing all these things, or I'm thinking it, right? I'm thinking it while I'm walking. And then I start going into, and I'm so grateful for my convertible and my beach house. And I'm so grateful that I get to swim every day. And I'm so grateful for my Louis Vuitton handbags and I'm whatever, right? And I'm so grateful for continuously being able to travel and all these different things. I'm about to sneeze right now. And you actually extend, so you go from what you have to what you want and desire and dream of, but the body does not know any different. The psyche doesn't know any different. How do I think? Okay, I'm going to give you an example. This is going into manifestation, so we're kind of going over a little bit, but it is relevant. I wanted CX7, I think, right? A CX7, CX9, whatever. And I kept seeing my sister's CX5, so it's a car. And I'm like, yeah, I really could do with a bit of an SUV. My car's on its way out and I love her, but it's on her way out. It's getting unsafe. So yeah, want and need. Yeah, I kind of need a new car. My husband a year ago put a picture of a CX9, I believe, a black one, on my wall above my computer, right? I have no wall here. I like looking at outside, but, and I looked at it every day for a year. We moved 6 months ago and we've just recently got a CX5 and it's black. And I said to Luke, shit, we manifested that. We didn't go looking for that car. That was the car that came to us and we got 7K off it or something. It was ridiculous. And I got it overnight. I manifested it. I was already grateful for having it and before it showed up and then it showed up. The other thing I have, and I want you guys to think about the evidence that you have. I'm giving you an example here, right? The other thing is the grandfather clock that is right here that I can see in the corner was my granddad's. My granddad died. I've always wanted one. I always visualize having one. I always visualize my granddad giving me one. I asked my granddad in spirit, so we're going to a bit of mediumship here too. I really love one of your clocks, granddad. I'm a projector. I don't really ask. I wait for invitations. Next minute, my uncle goes, do you want that grandfather clock? We've never been able to sell it. It's brand new. He made it. He freaking made it for me. I got it. The next thing, right? This is all things I can see right now. I can see my car, I can see my clock, and I can see my leather couch. I was like, I really want a leather couch, but I really can't be fucked buying one. We've got other things I'd like to infuse my money into, like coaching and up-leveling. I really like, self-development stuff and hiring teams and whatever. So I was like, yeah, it'll wait, but I would really like a smaller couch that is leather, not the really cold leather, but the comfortable leather, And I'm driving down the street and I said to my sister-in-law, this is over just before Christmas, oh my God, is that a leather couch for free on the side of the street? She's like, yeah. And I was like, I should look at it. It's probably shit, but maybe it's not. Took my husband down. It fitted exactly perfectly on the back of our truck, which we had manifested a year earlier, by the way, a year earlier than when we were going to get it. And now I've got a leather lounge suite I look at, a leather lounge for free. The owner came out and told me that she was the only owner that was perfectly fine. She just didn't want it any longer. The gratitude I had for the couch and the clock and the car before I even had them, and all the hats on my wall, by the way. I've got a whole lot of hats on my wall, and all the little Virgin Marys all lined up around there. They just come to me. I ask for them and they come. I am what we call a specific manifester, which is to do with your human design as well. So there is some little things that comes to that. But I ask specifically for things, and I get specifically that amount of money. I get that specifically that car. I get specifically that clock, that couch. It's hilarious and it's really fun to play with. What do you want to bring into your life? And if you can use that to manifest journaling or mindset, just when you're thinking, and I'm so grateful for this and this and this and this, and then I'm so grateful for my swimming pool and my spa and my ocean view and how I go to retreats every 2 months, and I'm so grateful for all the money flooding to me and the beautiful man in my life, and all of a sudden the mind is like, well, you already have it before you have it. So now we have to manifest that to you and bring it into form. True freaking story. And that is just the story of the last year. Not to mention how I moved here to this property. I manifested the living daylights out of that. And what I didn't do was push for it. Divine timing is everything, but I held my vision, just like I am with this 10-day challenge. Okay. So I want you guys to look into that exercise 1, and I'm going to start wrapping up because I'm just like, wow, the time is going way too fast. I like, I like doing this. And of course, I respect your time. So you don't know what you're good at. You don't know what your genius is, right? You don't know how to be grateful for yourself and your genius because you're you, and you probably think, well, isn't everyone like this? No, they're not. We are all massively talented and gifted. This is why we have the different blueprints. And when we come together, we create more. Okay. No hierarchy, just community, right? So exercise 2 is about discovering your genius. This is something I go hugely into in my Magnificence membership, and also into my program, Magnificent Mediumship certification. So, and of course, my business one-to-ones and stuff like that. Your genius is the thing that you are so naturally good at that you probably don't even know that you're good at. It's one of those things that you just do, right? So this is something for those of you that want to do this. I want you to ask 3 people, a friend, partner, parent, or sibling, to tell you what they think your best quality is. Now, go to somebody that you trust, right? So I love doing this because it's very surprising what you get. I get my one-to-ones to do this. I'm like, okay, when we're going through their genius, it's like, well, what are you really good at? I don't know. Okay. What do people say that you're good at? Oh, well, I'm a really good listener. I'm really good at investigating. I'm really good, whatever it is. If you can get this reflection from the other, then you will be feeling gratitude for them gifting to you. They've gifted to you. You've also gifted to them because you've invited them to be a contribution to your up-leveling. Okay, so you might need to listen to that again. But basically, the reflection of somebody else's knowing what they see, their interesting point of view about you, is a gift to you because it's a reflection. And you are also gifting to them because they are able to speak their truth about how they feel about you. This is going to open gratitude for both of you. It's really amazing. I love doing this with my family, reflecting what I love about them so much and how incredibly gifted they are in that particular area. I do this with my children. I do this with my husband and all the things. Okay. Ask my friend, he doesn't know where to start. Laugh at, just say, okay, what is the 2 favorite things that you give them a thing? What is 2 things that you really think, is a part of my genius that I'm good at? It can be anything, small or big. It might be making cakes. It might be listening or talking. Mine is clearly talking. I'm really good at channeling and talking. Okay. So if you live in your superpower, if you adapt this, then you're going to live in an attitude of gratitude and you're going to bring in more joy. Do not chase joy. Be joy. That doesn't mean be fake, but like be you. And then joy will literally infuse in. And then, of course, opulence and prosperity and abundance, all of that comes like a magnet because of your aura. Your aura will be glowing, right? Okay, so this is how we come from service. And if you come from service, then life happens for you very, very well. It doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. It unfolds before your very eyes because you are in gratitude. You are in gratitude all the time. You're not bitching and moaning about what you shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Yeah, be joy. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, the next two exercises. There's three exercises today, sorry. And we've also got prompts for you as well. My team and myself have gone up and beyond. I spent a whole week creating this workbook, and my team spent a whole day putting it together. So it's a really good workbook. Exercise 2, reflect on the benefits. So being grateful for the small things in life, like the smile. I'm so grateful for the girl I went for a run with this morning, and then she was able to give me the details for her human design. I was able to give her a mini reading because it's really important for me to know who's in my vortex and their human design. So I know I can manage my energy, and I can see how to speak to them because I can see where their gifts are. I can see where they're open to find their personality. I know how to be around people when I know their blueprint. It's very important for me to be real and true. And because she was willing to go to those depths with me, I was able to gift back to her like a 10-minute HD reading, which I can't just do for anyone, but I'd run with her a few times a week, right? I'm so grateful for those small things. She was generous enough to tell me, yes, you can look at my chart. So I was so generous enough to give it to her. So that's what I'm reflecting on today. And reflecting on what you're grateful for today. Again, same kind of concept, but what are 3 things you're grateful for today? And I would actually go as far as saying, put them in the chat box if you haven't already. Okay, put them in the chat box, because what are, I could just put sorry guys, I'm looking over here, but I could actually look at them right here. I'm not too far away. Oh, I can put them up at the same time in front of me. Wow, aren't I getting ticky? Okay, so what is 3 things you're grateful for today? Okay, now I'm losing my Zoom. Okay, let's not mess with it, Victoria. Let's not mess with it. So I really want to see what they are. Okay. All right. I think we're still live. I haven't ended it, have I? Oh. Hopefully I haven't ended it. So I'm going to keep going. Because I shouldn't mess with technology. Okay, I'm going to finish this off now. Okay, I think we're still live because the live button is still there. The live button is still there. Trying to be too techie. Okay, I'm so grateful we're still live. Okay, cool. So then we have got these amazing prompts. Okay, so we've got grateful for myself because, proud of myself because, grateful for others because, love my life because, gratitude and receiving and being willing to be grateful. We can't be high on gratitude all the time. It's just not possible because we're human. But bringing yourself into a gratitude of attitude every day is going to legit transform your life. We are going as far as literally the kingdom of we. If you are feeling gratitude for yourself, if you are bringing in, I think we're going to the kingdom of we tomorrow, but it is really important for you to start with you, okay? Because we can be grateful for other people as well, but starting the gratitude, the kingdom of we is tomorrow. Starting with you, and then what happens is this attitude of gratitude has the huge ripple effect of change. It transforms realities around you. And this is what I've experienced with the girl that I'm running with. My new running buddy is that we are vibing off each other with positivity. We've both gone, we desire to be positive because we're both empathic, right? And she's a hairdresser. I was a hairdresser for 20 years. We understand the energetics and how easily we can adopt somebody else's energy. So what do you desire to do and be, and how can you show up and receive love, lead with love, and notice the words in your mind, notice your attitude, notice if your energy is shrunk or your heart is closing up for safety, or notice if you're coming from a full expression of unapologetic you, no matter what that is. I'm going to leave that with you guys now. I really hope this is still live. If you have watched this, I desire to hear from you. What have you loved about it? What has been the golden nuggets for you? Please share, share, share. I have got my note paper with all of the names of who is sharing. And of course, everyone who comes to these 10 days, they get to go into the draw to win a 30-minute one-to-one session with me, where I will go into a very deep dive session with you specifically for you. So thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. I love doing this type of stuff. I hope you have got this workbook. I'm really enjoying it myself. And of course, I will touch base a little bit more with the pleasure practice tomorrow, because I didn't get time to get into it. We've been going for 50 minutes now. So sending so much love to you, so much gratitude. And I hope you can feel the gratitude for yourself, for giving yourself this time today. I will see you tomorrow. Lots of love.